Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video today. Riser Dawn here. Today guys, we're going to be playing with grease. So if you guys don't know what greases are, basically if you're a warlord in any other class that doesn't have any elemental effects, you can effectively make your status effects now. And you just do that by going to a cauldron, whether it be at your ship or at a town, and you need Kraken ink sacs. This will be your main catalyst in order to make grease, and you need 2 for each grease. And then for the reagent, you need 10 high quality of whatever status effect you need. So let's say I need melting. Just look up melting, and you need 10 of these tiers of Gaia. I've already made a melting grease, so I'll show you guys in a second. If you want burning, just type in burning, and then you want to use liquid starlight. If you want scorch, you need the scorched metal shard. And then poison is obviously just the poisonous tooth, or I think it is poisonous tooth, high quality poison potions. And then so you need 10 of those. And then in order to get those, you guys can either get them from the fleet system, which obviously if you run harvesting, you can just get it automatically. But obviously it doesn't. It takes a lot of, I guess, a lot of money. If you have a big fleet, you just constantly have to repair your ships, feed your fleet. So it does take a lot of time and money, but honestly, it's worth it. You could rather just do that. You just passively farm it while doing nothing effectively. But if you do want to just get them, you can go to the Dark Sea and you could find some, whether it be from the chests or it's just opening a Dark Seal chest or any kind of sealed chest. But yeah, guys, today we're going to be putting some greases on our weapons. Unfortunately, one of my weapons is the great bow, so I can't put grease on that. I don't know why you can't put grease on a ranged weapon, but you should be able to. But today we're going to be putting the scorch grease and the melting grease on 2 of our weapons. The scorch grease is probably, I've heard that it is the best and that you should put it on the weapon that you use the most. And then for the melting grease and the corroding grease, you could put these 2 on like your secondary weapon effectively. And then slowness grease is good too. It's better for PvP because obviously for PvE, it doesn't really matter if they're slowed or not. You could hit them, you could hit the NPCs like anytime very easily. So you don't really need them to be slowed unless they're like super fast and zooming everywhere. But NPCs AI right now is just really not sophisticated, so you don't really need it. But yeah, I've heard these 3 are probably the best. Poison, you get like a 20% damage reduction now, so it's not really that great. These, I think you only get like a 10% damage reduction, so it's still pretty good. And then, yeah, guys, so we're just gonna put scorch grease on. I'm just gonna put it on my main weapon, the Solgar's Colossal Greatsword. So we're gonna go ahead and go for it. If I need to make a new, I guess, greatsword, I'll just customize it. But yeah, guys, once you put grease on your weapon, by the way, you can't take it off. So make sure you guys use it on a weapon that you can get another replica of, such as the Colossal Greatsword. Don't put it on like a unique weapon, like the Rusty's White-Hander. That you can just never take off, and you only get one of those per file. So, yep, we're gonna make the scorching grease, and there you go, guys. Let's put that baby on. Solgar's Dense Scorched Colossal Greatsword. That is looking very purple. And yeah, guys, so now I think the status effect actually changes the color. I think. No? Maybe if I do no fighting style. But look at that purple, guys. That is just sick. Let's see. Okay, there is a little bit purple. There is a little bit of purple. And as you can see, my attack damage multiplier went from 1.145, I think, to 0.999. So that has reduced, but with the highest damage fighting imbuement iron leg, or weapon imbuement, it shouldn't be that big of a difference, and you get damage over time now, which should ideally scale on top of, it should deal more damage in the long run. And I will do some tests with the status effects at Forest of Cernuno after I put these on. Next, guys, we're gonna be putting on the melting grease. So melting is very cool. It reminds me of lava, and so we're gonna be putting this on our Kai Saber actually. So we're gonna put it on my trusty bursting Kai Saber, and there you go, guys. So now we have it. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my great bow that I can't put any grease on. I might change the great bow out for like another melee weapon so that I can put grease on it so I can rock the corroding. But for now, we're just gonna stick with the normal great bow. It's very useful. And then we're gonna use the melting colossal greatsword. So there you go, guys. Oh, and now you could put down camps, by the way, so you can spawn anywhere you want on the map. And all you have to do is put down your camp. There you go. Make sure the island is not claimed, by the way. Walk up to it, press save spawn, and boom. This is where I spawn every time now when I come to the Bronze Sea. Very great quality of life update, but yeah, guys, check out this melting Kai Saber. It is looking so sick with the volcano status or the lava status effect imbuements looking anime or VFX. So wow, look at that, guys. So you can't really see like obviously the damage of it. So now we're gonna head to some bosses, some NPCs, and we're gonna go ahead and test out the damage of this. Okay, guys, we're at the Forest of Cernuno. We're gonna do some damage tests, and let's do it right now. So actually there is a boss here, Laylis, I think. Let's do Devastate. 424, and he's burning with 31 ticks, and then on top of that the bleeding, and that basically almost one-shot him. Or it might. Oh wow. Yeah, that's gonna kill. Oh wow. So it did just a little less than 650, which is incredible. And we just defeated Laylis just like that. Now we're gonna head to Cernix. And the good thing about Scorching is that I think it does the most damage. So let's see. Let's calculate that. So it bleeds the opponent, and it puts on the bleeding. So bleed and puts on the scorching. So it brought Cernix down to 653, which is so good. And I think we can just finish him off with just one hit. So he's gonna be okay. He's gonna activate his stage, which cancels out any status effects. But effectively, we could literally take him out in 2 devastates with this build, with these with the status effect. And then now let's test out the melting. Okay, guys, let's test out melting on Cernix. Let's do the flash strike if I can, or the flying slash if I can land this. 342 melting, 12 ticks per second with the bleed as well. So we're just gonna let that run. And this weapon only has bursting on it, and it has a 0.809 attack damage. And it brought him down to 738. Not bad if I do say so myself. 342 damage. And the melting is just doing work. There you go, guys. So honestly, these damage over time status effects are really good for bosses with obviously more HP, with NPCs with just generally more HP, because you want those dots to play out. And they don't give that much initial damage at first. Like if I were to have no grease on this, it would probably do 500 or 499 damage exactly versus 424. Actually maybe a little less than that, because when I tested it I actually used the Oath Diamond. So okay, so with the Oath Diamond activated, I actually do 443 damage, and then the ticks, the scorching actually went away. But yeah, 40% bleed, and then he's gonna activate his second stage, and there you go, guys. So just like that, very simple. Oath Diamond is so good, and it lasts a long time. So yeah, these little buffs. So if you guys don't have the Sentinel talent, definitely pick it up at level 5. You get the Oath Diamond, and it'll just give you a buff in movement speed and power. So you can stack that with Roar of Glory as well, which is another buff move that you can put on your weapon. I have it off currently because I just prefer a grab move like that. But yeah, essentially it is just another damage booster. On top of the status effects, you're gonna be doing a lot of damage. So yeah, dots are definitely very good right now. There was a recent update that that basically buffed all of these status effects, I think. And so now they're actually worth using. Earlier I tested my burning colossal greatsword. It actually did like 100 more damage than a colossal greatsword with the same build, with same stats, everything. So yeah, guys, I will be enjoying this build and doing further tests on it. But I'm really enjoying the status effects, mainly because when I was a Savantlord, I actually had burning built in. You guys remember I had the fire colossal greatsword, but obviously I didn't have the iron leg, and so it was just it was a big loss to switch from Savant back to Warlord. But now we can play around with greases, put on our weapons, and we have the best of both worlds. So we can have status effects as well as our fighting style weapon imbuements. So yeah, guys, definitely play around with that. That'll be it for the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.